All right. Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Danielle Coco, the Communications Director at SUSTA. I am just hitting record on our webinar for those folks who couldn't make it today. Thank you all for joining us. This is a new idea that we're implementing. When we have a trade show in a market where we have a foreign consultant, we would like to start doing these types of webinars to prepare our companies and make sure everybody's on the same page and knows what to expect. So thank you again for joining. I'm just going to speak briefly about our activity managers and consultants, as well as surveys, and then I'm going to hand the reins over to Anouk Dijkgraaf, who is with Phaff Export Marketing in the Netherlands, and she will give a presentation about IPM. Oh, my slides are not. There we go. So as you all know, SUSTA covers the southern region of the United States, but we're headquartered in New Orleans, and the only way that we can cover such a broad territory is that we work really closely with the Departments of Agriculture in each of these southern states, and it is the international marketing staff in the Departments of Agriculture that help us manage our events, and they're the ones that travel on our events. And the two activity managers that are going to be at IPM Essen are Whitney Lett from the Florida Department of Agriculture and Karen Kirksey with the Maryland Department of Agriculture. Karen is new, so this will be her first SUSTA event. So she'll be training with Whitney, and we're excited to have her on board. So these are the two faces that you'll be looking out for that will be at the trade show on behalf of SUSTA. And then we will also have Anouk, who is giving the presentation today, and Roseanne Pfaff, both from Phaff Export Marketing. So they will be there at the show as well to help with everything, to answer your questions, and to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So I just wanted to make sure that we introduce everybody ahead of time. And then the other item that I wanted to touch on are the surveys. I think most of you have done at the trade show with us before, so you know the importance of surveys. We will contact you if you don't complete your surveys, so it would be awesome to keep these dates in mind and to log into your SUSTA account and complete the surveys when they're due. The initial survey is available January 30th, which is, I believe, the second to last day of the show, and it's due the following week. So that initial survey is just to, assess the initial success and what happened at the show while you were there, and then the concluding survey is to capture any sales or activity that happened in the 6 months following the show. We are funded through the USDA's Foreign Agricultural Service, and this two-part survey is part of our funding, and it's a requirement by the USDA. So these surveys are really important. They're the only way that we can assess what's working and what's not, and really evaluate our programs and our events. So I thank you in advance for completing these two surveys. And with that, I am going to go ahead and hand it over to Anouk. This is my contact information if you need anything. You also have my email address because I've emailed all of you. And now I'm passing over the privileges to Anouk. Great. Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Danielle. Only 2 more weeks left before you are all in Europe, and we will start with the IPM. My name is Anouk Dijkgraaf, as Danielle mentioned, and I am the project manager for the SUSTA pavilion at IPM. Phaff Export Marketing, that's where I work for, and we are the European consultant for SUSTA. If you have any questions regarding the IPM, please do not hesitate to ask them at the end of the presentation or send me an email. We do have the following agenda for this presentation. I will introduce the companies. I will talk about the 2020 IPM Essen, the market, the SUSTA pavilion, and a bit of fair information. So we do have the following companies this year. We have J. Berry Nursery, Formostco, Lariapi Factory, and Vista Farms. All four companies are really experienced with this show because you all exhibit before. So we do not go into all details during this webinar. However, we are very happy that you signed up for this activity again. IPM is the international trade fair for plants, and it's world's leading trade show for horticulture. The IPM covers 20 halls of exhibition center in Essen and hosted in 2019 1,546 exhibitors from almost 50 nations who presented new products, strong sale concepts, and innovative technologies. The IPM is the only specialist trade fair to cover the entire value chain of plants, including production, technology, floristry, garden features, and the point of sales. I will talk a bit about the market now. With a turnover of approximately 8.7 billion euros in 2018, Germany offers a stable market which still has room for improvement. For example, green plants have already been making a veritable comeback since 2017. Quantities are rising, as are average prices. The first trend we see in the market is that social media is characterizing the new image of the chic houseplant, which stands for many things at the same time. Responsibility, environmental awareness, or lifestyle product. In this respect, it is no coincidence that parallel to the living room, there is a call to create more green areas also in public spaces. To reclaim urban gardens from the industrial monuments, to put plants on balconies and roofs, and to renaturalize gardens. For example, using a wildflower meadow for endangered bees. Above all, one thing is important: more sustainability. For this purpose, whole cities are being reforested. The European drought in 2018 was followed by a next year with long-lasting high temperatures in Europe. So not only plants, but also the sector are finding it difficult to cope with these extremes. Because of this, a lot of consumers were once more able to watch how their plants hardly withstood the heat stress on the balconies and the terrace, and often withered. Correspondingly, they were retagged about purchasing or asked for particularly heat-tolerant plants. For this IPM edition, heat and sustainability are the main trends. In 2020, the SUSTA Pavilion will be at the same location and area as in 2019. The location of the pavilion is ideal in a central hall and next to the main hallways and entrances. All sides of the pavilion are well accessible and visible. At this slide, you see the drawings of the booth and which company has which booth. The booth is 100 square meters, and the layout of the booth is as follows. Don't forget that in Europe there are different sockets, so bring an adapter. On the 6th of December, you received your login details from the fair organizers. The subject of this mailing was IPM Essen Exhibitor Service. Activate your user account, and this is really important. You can use this email to log in and to find your invitation codes. Please contact me if you cannot find this email anymore. I know some of you already found the email. Unfortunately, the fair organizers are not allowed to send me your login details like they did last year. So please make sure you find this email to log in and to order your exhibitor badges, because you do have 2 in this closed exhibitor area. Besides the exhibitor badges, you do have 50 invitation codes, which you can find also in this exhibitor area. Using the personal invitation codes, your customers can register in the online shop and activate the entrance voucher, which entitles him to enter the fair free of charge on any event day of his choice. So make sure you log in. If you cannot find your activation email, please contact me. On Monday, the 27th of January, you are welcome at the booth for setup day from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. Roseanne, Phaff, and I will be at the pavilion during this day. Don't forget to bring your exhibitor badges printed to this setup day, as well as your ID documents to enter the show.
Yes. Anouk, can I interrupt? I'm just going to interrupt really quickly. On the screen it says 2 a.m. to 6 p.m., so I just want to let everybody know it's 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on that day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
It should be 2 p.m., yes. During the event, you can enter the building from 8 a.m. and the building closes at 6:30 p.m. The show starts at 9 p.m. So you have 1 hour at 9 a.m. So you have 1 hour to prepare. Make sure you're ready when the show opens, and please stay until the end of the show. One last thing I would like to mention is the Outbound horticulture trade mission to Italy. We organized this with SUSTA at the end of September 2020, and we will go to the northern of Italy. Part of this trade mission are meetings and site visits to meet new buyers and learn about the market. For more information, please go to susta.org or contact us. One thing I forgot to mention is that the booth builder is also at the booth for the setup day from 2 p.m. So you can use his help during this day. And we will have the translator, Christina, again at the booth, and she will help you with translating. So if there are any questions, feel free to contact us. My contact details are over here. Also, please do not hesitate to call me if you have any questions left. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.
All right, thank you so much, Anouk, and thank you to everybody who is on the webinar. I will go ahead and send out the recording of today's webinar as well for anybody in your office who missed it, and for those folks who couldn't join us today. So best of luck at the show, and we can't wait to hear all about it. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.